Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, Billy, man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I read where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, now I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
All right, this is Rude Speech, man. We got Captain Tywar in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rude Speech, man. Understand, I break it down right quick,
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak with a bin shot ya. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm big jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not in China. My conglomerate wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect. Pay homage that I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, One West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now One West will put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. With styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designers try to stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause the niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in the peak coat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been One West bred, One West vetted, One West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, One West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, One West when I start. One West bred, One West vetted, One West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, One West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, One West.
I just wanna see my enemies fall. Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s where they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Just start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my rear view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes and all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God I don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s where they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Yo, get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm fed from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue Woo from the Fruittown crew. Cops still shooters every time we move. They hate you, nigga, like they hate me too. Just know that brotherhood is a weapon. Build another zone, get protected. Too many sisters in the city been molested. Now I'm stacking soldiers off the block like it's Tetris. Woo. Know that truth, it give you chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s where they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Hey. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bop. Hey. Yeah. Tired of them children. You grew up with parents strung out on drugs. Yeah. I just wanna bow. Hope you do too. And I hope you do too. Yeah. Man, to the brother that had a real, and she left him for whatever reason. Yeah. I just wanna bow. I hope you do too. And to the sister, you know what I'm saying, that had that nigga leaving. Yeah. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Some of my niggas is locked up. I hope you do too. Man, I hope you niggas see the light of day. Yeah, I just wanna bow. Yeah, I just wanna bow.
I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look.
The city eyes, it's time to both off. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Horton. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember, I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
Backstage.
Yeah, nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And the lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the starter and I show her. She could never get a priest home. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mug. And I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding general get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk back every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall phone and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the starter and I show her. She could never get a priest home. Get a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk back every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding general get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk back.
How we looking at corners?
Barack. Bashim Yahshai Brakatham.
Y'all Bashim Yahshai Brakatham. Yahweh Shemaltha, Bashim Yahshai. Have a seat. Siete. All right, warriors, clap it up. Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. I'm glad to see you, Akim and Aguatian. Yahweh en el nombre de Yahweh Shai te bendiga. Yahweh en el nombre de Yahweh Shai cuide sobre ti. I'm ready to answer all of your questions. Whenever you have them, you just say them, and I'm going to give you an answer, all right? We'll go over some topics tonight. We'll go over the death of young homie, rich homie Quan. We'll go over your rich homie Quan's death. He died today. Just give me the cause of death. I believe that brother was, can you see me out?
Cancer.
So like, I believe that brother was 35 years old. That's a child. That's a child. A 35-year-old young brother out dead today, I believe, of a drug overdose. A drug overdose. We'll go over that. We'll go over some of your famous YouTubers who work for the Russian Empire. And you should hear about the kind of money that these people are making to sell you the lies that you love to hear. We're going to go into that today. What else are we going into, Wak? It was another thing.
So we have the school shooting in Georgia.
Another terrible school shooting. I think the school year, is 2 weeks long. Am I wrong, Warrior?
Count out of one kind.
I think the school year is 2 weeks old. Already there's been a school shooting. We'll go into that. I'll show you the connection between the rich homie Quan story and the school shooting that happened this week as well. There's a connection to both of them. Lord allow, I will explain to you what that connection is. There was another thing too. Oh, the reparations. I believe now for all of our brothers and sisters out on the West Coast, I believe you can let go of that reparations delusion and stop using that as another reason to hate your brothers and sisters, man. Maybe finally you'll realize that there is no going to your oppressor for him to apologize for what he does not regret. For what he absolutely does not regret. And that's why the reparations deal, this myth of reparations in California has finally come to an end. If you would have listened to Commanding General Yohana, you would have never got your heart set on it in the first place. What else do we have? I'm missing a couple more.
We have the Willie Horton ad, and that's connected.
That is the one. Willie Horton. All of that also connects to Rich Homie Quan and what was the other one? Rich and what's the other? Oh, and the school shooting. The Willie Horton TV advertisement. This absolutely can make you understand the world you live in and the monster who is ruling over you. All right, with that, I'll answer any questions that you have. If we have any other things, Warrior, we can also do those. All right.
Any questions in the room?
Yes. Con General, if I may, sir, I have a question in Proverbs 17:19.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what it means when it says exalteth his gate. All right. This is Proverbs 17:19. He loveth transgression that loveth strife.
Mm-hmm.
He that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction.
He that read it one more time, please.
Karawakan, sir. This is Proverbs 17:19. I'm sorry. He loveth transgression that loveth strife.
He loveth transgression that loveth strife. You know what strife is, correct? There's a kind of brother, a kind of sister that hate unity. They can't stand it. A lot of them are in your family. They're the type, you go to a family reunion or you're around your family and they just always have to get drunk and make the family reunion about them. They have to argue and fight with someone. You might try to go to a bar or a nightclub, and there's a kind of brother that is going to get into a fight in this nightclub. He can't go to a club and just drink and talk to the women and go home because he sees the people together, the people dancing together, the people happy and smiling together, and it makes him angry because he loves strife. He doesn't love dancing and singing with women. He loves strife. He loves that. The kind of person is like that. A lot of women that you're going to marry are going to be women that you're going to tell them that you have another wife. And they're going to be like, fine, no problem. But then when you marry them, you'll realize that they wanted a man who has another woman so they could destroy his marriage by hating his other wife, by fighting his other wife, by calling his other wife at her job and sending her messages on Facebook and Instagram, because really she just wants to fight a woman. That's that. There are people that are like that. Well, if you're like that, you're going to also love transgressions. If you love to argue and fight, then you should begin to love sin, because you're going to make a lot of sins against the Most High God. You're going to transgress the law because you can't stand brotherhood and unity. You understand, Benjamin?
Karawakan, sir. I understand, sir.
Keep going.
Karawakan, and the last part of the verse, sir. And he, and he that exalteth his gate.
He that doth what?
He that exalteth his gate.
Well, there's another kind of person, Benjamin, who is a proud, boastful bastard. He exalts his house, his gate. You know, he's just the best. He's proud. He thinks he's everything. Him and his car and his house and all of his land and all of his money. He boasted and a boaster, a braggart. You understand, Benjamin?
Sir.
Someone that exalts their gates is someone that always brags about what they own. You understand?
Sir.
And that type of person will have what? Keep going.
And he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction.
Yeah, someone like that seeks destruction. Now that I broke down exalt your gate, you should know the precept that comes with it. He that you, come on, Ephraim. I almost stole it from you. Go ahead.
Shalom, sir. Is this I believe, and I'm paraphrasing, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven?
That's a good one, but you're not hitting it straight on the chin. Straight on the chin is whosoever exalted himself shall be abased. You familiar with that, Benjamin?
Sir.
That's the direct precept. Because you're exalting yourself, the Most High is going to bring you down low. You understand?
Sir.
Anything else? Please.
Shalom, Adawan. I'd like if you can, sir, a general breakdown on Revelations 8 and 11, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and the name of the star is called Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. So what is the wormwood, Adawan?
Wormwood is poison. That's what wormwood is. It's an old school poison. And so this is a metaphor or a vision that John the Revelator, or the disciple John, is having, showing that there's going to be mass destruction on the planet. That people are going to be made sick with destruction and disease and death. And this is a star that comes down from the sky, right? Which is telling us that it comes from the Most High God. So this is about one of the plagues, one of the great destructions that's going to happen in these last days. You can think of COVID-19. You can think of the 3 million people that died of that, the Black Plague, the swine flu, the next disease that's coming. You can think of that. And it destroys the ocean, the sea, meaning a lot of people are going to die from it. That's what that term, you said sea, correct?
It says, and the third part of the waters became wormwood.
The third part of the waters became wormwood, meaning so many people are going to die, vast numbers of people in the waters. The waters are speaking about the oceans and the seas that you see on the planet Earth when you look at a map. That's what it's speaking about, meaning so many of them are going to die. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. The water.
No problem. Next. Proximo.
Khan, sir. Brother in the chat, Kwashab Ben Yahawada asked Salakia Adawan, can you break down Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 21 through 23?
Absolutely, Kwashab. No problem. Go ahead and read it for him, please.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse 21. Mm-hmm. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another.
Yeah, this is a precept about choosing a wife. This is what you have to understand. When it comes to choosing a woman, just remember, anybody can have that woman with enough talk, with enough lies, because women are naive. So you don't want to think like when you get a woman that, you know, that you're the one that she's doing the choosing. And that's what happens so many times when you get a woman. You think in your mind that she's choosing. But what you have to realize is that there are so many men that could have this woman, especially if they're a good liar. They can have her. But you're the one that has to be the discerning mind in the relationship. You have to choose a woman based on your good skill at knowing women, at examining a woman, at not being led with your lust. But what happens in life? A man thinks he just wants to have sex with every woman, and you think that a woman is the one that makes sure that she's only with a good and decent man. That is not the case. What's actually the case is, if you don't want to have your life be a constant revolving door of sluts and whores that put you on child support and give you every disease that they can fit between their legs, you better be the one that turns down women. You better say no to sex. Right. You better behave the way you think women behave. When a man tries to have sex with a woman, but a woman says, nah, I can't do that. No, I'm sorry. You think that a man is just supposed to have sex with every woman, and a woman is the one that can be resistant and can turn men down. No. Anybody with enough lies can have virtually every woman because he can just lie to her. And if he meets her at the right time in her life, his lies will work. But you're the one that has to go. Some woman is trying to have sex with you on Instagram. Some woman is trying to come on to you. You're the one that has to say, nah, sis, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm flattered by that. Thank you. I'm flattered. But right now, I'm not available for any marriages at all. You're the one that has to have the ability to do that, or else you're going to ruin your life, Ak, in a way that many men can tell you about. I pray you understand.
Sir, verse 22.
Please.
The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance. And
I'm sorry, because a woman makes you feel good looking at her. Just looking at her is just a delight. It's just absolutely outstanding to look at her. Go ahead.
And a man loveth nothing better.
Forget about it. So now, because of that, you have to be careful not to allow her beauty to make you make a terrible mistake, a horrible mistake. You know, go down to the child support clinic, go down to the family court one day. Just sit in there. It's a free. You can go in the family court and sit in there all day if you want. You can go right in that family court and sit in there. It might be beneficial to you, brother. Just go down there and sit in family court. If you can get a day off from your slavery, just sit down there, and you're gonna see the women that go up there and are taking men to child support. You'll see Muslims dressed up like they live in Saudi Arabia, taking some brother down there to getting him arrested every damn month. You're gonna see tons of white women taking black brothers and putting them in jail, Hispanics and putting them in jail. And you're gonna see the women that you think are so beautiful, straight off of Instagram. And you'll see some man who wishes every night that he would have never met that woman. If you don't learn this lesson from me tonight, you'll learn it the other way. I pray you understand.
Count out of one time.
Anything else?
Verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
Come on, warrior. If there be kindness, meekness, and what else?
And comfort in her tongue.
And comfort in her tongue. Then is not her husband like other men? Meaning, instead of you looking at him like, wow, he must be, so amazing to get her. He's a brother like any other brother. But look at the kind of woman he knows how to choose. That's what makes him amazing. What makes him amazing is that he didn't choose a woman simply for her looks. He didn't choose her simply because he gets so happy looking at her. Having a beautiful woman it's a gilded lily. It's like a flower that is dipped in gold. It's a nice add-on to have a beautiful woman. That's nice, but it's not what's beneath the surface. It's not the flower itself. That has to be truly beautiful. A woman that is what? Read it again.
If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue.
That's what you're looking for. In her what?
In her tongue.
In her what?
In her tongue.
Come on, Art. That's what matters, brother. Is there kindness, meekness in her tongue? Some woman, let me tell you something. This is something I didn't learn until I found Commanding General Yohanan, and it caused me great pain. But brother, General Yohanan taught me about the scriptures with Leah and Rebecca. Which one was it that Jacob wanted and the one he didn't want? I believe he wanted Rebecca, but he did not want Leah. And the Bible says that Jacob, that he wanted Rebecca, but it says that Leah had soft eyes. Leah had, is that my right, warrior? Rachel, I'm sorry. Rachel's the one with soft eyes?
Rachel was a pretty one, and then Leah was with the eyes.
Yeah. See, Rachel was the one that was so beautiful to look at. But Rebecca was the one that looked at him beautifully. Do you understand? I know you don't, so I'm gonna move on. Because I know you brothers don't know what in the hell I'm talking about. Hold on, that's your wife calling me right now. Hold on. 1 second, sis. Give me one. Calm down. 1 second. Sister, stop. 1 second, chill out. Listen. What you want is not so much a woman who you look at with Google eyes and you want so much because her butt is so fat and she dressed like such a whore that you have to have her on Instagram. And she's showing you her front butt on every picture. So you look at her with Google eyes like, oh man, I gotta have her. Rachel looked at him with soft eyes and he didn't want her. He had no use for her at all. General Yohana taught me to want the woman with soft eyes, to want the one who was kind, to want the one who was kind. You understand?
Con, sir. A brother commented, what do they say? Behind every beautiful woman is a man that's tired of her.
That's well said. Well said. Damn right. All right, Ark, you got it.
Captain DeMar Math has a question. Isn't being a bounty hunter or a bail bondsman also the mark of the beast?
No, being a bail bondsman or a bounty hunter is not having the mark of the beast at all, unless you go out and kill everybody that you meet, unless your job is killing all of the people who you owe money to. As a matter of fact, to be a bail bondsman or a bounty hunter, you have to bring the person in to be able to get the bond. This is what being the mark. This is what having the mark of the beast is being in Esau's military and being a Christian. So if you're a Christian bounty hunter, you have the mark of the beast, but it's not because of your job. It's because of your religion. Now, because of that religion, more than likely, you'll be killing everybody you see. Just like a brother can be a police officer according to the Bible, and it is absolutely not the mark of the beast. And that is in the Bible. But if you're a Christian police officer, I'm sure you'll choke and stomp and strangle everyone in Brooklyn, but it's not because of the job. It's because of the religion. It's not because of the gun on your hip. It's because of the philosophy in your mind. That's why you're killing people. That's why you're abusing the citizenry. That's why you commit so many acts of violence against innocent Black and Hispanic men, not because you carry a gun, but because of the mind of the person that has the gun. I pray you understand.
Count out of one count.
Yes.
So, like, sir, a quick shout out to the other zones that are joining us. We got Houston with us.
Give Houston a hand. I see you, Houston. Houston, when is the Houston or the Texas barbecue?
It'll be October 26th to October 31st.
All right. October 26th is the beginning to the 31st.
And Salaki, sir, it will be in Austin, Texas. So y'all be prepared, man. Because we've already warned the city that the men of the Lord are on their way.
Most High in Christ. Well said. Give him a hand. In the city of Austin, Texas this year, Rock. Well said, Houston. All right, who else do we have? I see you, Atlanta the Brave. I see you, Warrior. Give him a hand.
Joining live from headquarters in Harlem, New York.
Jerusalem. Headquarters in Harlem, brother. Always happy to see you. Let's get it on. Próximo. Can you read that?
Salaki, sir, can you hear me now?
Paratazar, right? I see you. Paratazar. Salaki Adawan, if I may, Adawan, may I get a general breakdown on 1 Corinthians 12 and 12 to 14? Absolutely, Paratazar. No problem, huh? Please.
Count out of one, count.
1 Corinthians 12 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
For as the body is one, and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body.
Let me just explain. This is a bedrock Hebrew Academy precept. It's a way to understand unity in the Israelite school of UPK. Once again, you got groups like the United States military, the Boy Scouts, and the purple pigs who think that unity is wearing all of the same color. They think color in t-shirts is what unity is. That is not actual unity, brother. Actual unity is when you join brother to brother. He brings his gifts and you bring yours, and you don't hate each other because his gift is different than yours. But you know that every one of your brothers is necessary for this body to function. So I'll read it now. Understand that, and now I'll read it from the top and break it down for you. Go ahead.
First Corinthians 12:12. For as the body is one.
So the metaphor is in a human body. That's the metaphor. So here you go. You have a body, and your body is one. Now within that body, you have body parts. The old English term for body parts is member. Your members, the members of your body. The members of your body would be your hands. You got 2 hands, but you have 10 fingers. You got two legs, and you got 2 feet, but you have 10 toes. So all of those are your body parts or your members. Keep going.
And hath many members.
Have many members, 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 ears. So that one body has different body parts. Keep going.
And all the members of that one body, being many, are one body.
And all the members of that one body are one body. So even though my feet are not my hands, they're still members of the body. They do a totally different job, but they still work together and they're in the same body. That is what it's like in the UPK. That's UPK unity. Not every brother has the same gift or has the same ability or has the same purpose, but we're all in this body together.
Right.
Keep going.
So also is Christ.
So also is the body of Christ. Christ is a body, just like your body, and he has different body parts. We make up those body parts. Every brother makes up those body parts. Every sister that is joined to that brother, she then becomes a member of the body as well. That's in 1 Corinthians. Keep going.
Verse 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body.
You understand? For by one Spirit. What's that one Spirit? The Spirit of Christ. All of us are here to serve Christ. I might have a different gift than you. You might have a different gift than me, but we are not opposed to one another. We're not the opposite of each other because we all are here baptized, cleansed by the same Spirit, the Spirit of Christ. Keep going.
Whether we be Jews or Gentiles.
Whether we be what?
Whether we be Jews or Gentiles.
Who's a Jew? A Jew is someone who lived in Jerusalem, his mother and his father. On his 8th day of being born, he was circumcised. He kept the commandments from a child because his parents raised him up to obey the commandments of God. He's a Jew. And then there's a brother who's a Gentile, a brother like me. I'm a Gentile. I wasn't raised in Jerusalem. I wasn't raised 2,000 years ago when black people knew that their nationality was the tribe of Judah from the lost sheep of the house of Israel. My mother thought she was an African American. My mother thought she was black. My mother had a religion in opposition to the commandments of God. So I didn't keep the law. I didn't keep the commandments. I was like David. David said, in sin did my mother conceive me. He was just always raised to be a sinner. And then, of course, he slept with that man's wife. See, when you're not raised to keep the commandments, then you're exiled from Israel. If you need to, I'll give you a precept of what it's like how you become a Gentile. Give me that soul shall be cut off from his people. And then someone else, I want you to look up what an exile means in Israel. What is an exile in the King James Version of the Bible? Someone can look that up on their own. If not, I'll give it to you right now. These people whose souls that were cut off were exiled. The word that's used in Hebrew is exile. This term, this soul shall be cut off from his people. That term today is the word exile. This person is exiled. Who has the precept for me?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 7, verse 21. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man.
What's an unclean thing? Pork, shrimp, crab, a Christmas tree. These things are unclean. The soul that does that, go ahead.
As the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing.
The uncleanness of a person, the uncleanness of an animal, or you touch anything that's unclean. Keep going.
And eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which pertain unto the Lord, even that soul shall be cut off from his people.
So now here you are participating in the Most High's high holy days, and yet you're home eating pork, eating shrimp. You know what? You are being exiled from Israel. That soul shall be cut off from his people. Jesus Christ talked about how when we were aliens to the commonwealth of Israel, that's in the New Testament. We were aliens from the commonwealth. What is that? Being exiled. We're not accepted anymore. Well, you let 2,000 years go by. You'll believe you're a West Indian instead. You'll believe you're a Puerto Rican. You'll believe you're a Mexican, because you are the seed of the people that were cut off because of their sin. Well, in the UPK, if you were born in the truth, or if you came into the truth yesterday, we're all the same. And we don't treat brothers evil simply because they just found the truth. Because the truth has been around for about 55 years now, there are people that have been born in the truth. They've been born here, but they're not better than you because you came into the truth last week. They're not better than you. Everyone understands. Anything else?
So did you want the exile definition?
Please.
From the King James Dictionary. To banish as a person from his country or from a particular jurisdiction by authority with a prohibition of return. To drive away.
That when you look up that term, that's the precept that they refer to. That soul shall be cut off from his people. Well, there you go. You're not one of us anymore because of your crimes. You would be a Gentile. I'm a Gentile. You're a Gentile. Unless you were born keeping the commandments. Everyone understands. But now, because of Jesus Christ, we have been accepted. Give me Commonwealth of Israel in the New Testament so you can understand. Now, Jesus Christ is the adoption. He has adopted us back to the Father who threw us away. Now we're back. Now we're here again, back home again. When at time, we were aliens to the Commonwealth of Israel. Now we're back. When you have it, that'll be that.
Colonel Khan. So it's Ephesians 2:12. I'll read it for you.
Please.
That at the time ye were without Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenant of promise.
You understand that? We were strangers from the covenant of promise, aliens from the commonwealth. What's the commonwealth? The country and all of its laws and its customs. We were gone from that. And we were what? Read that last part after aliens of the commonwealth.
And strangers from the covenant of promise.
And strangers from the covenant of promise. Our forefathers made a covenant. This covenant is what we hold on to, because this covenant means if we obey God, then he will conquer our enemies for us. And he will deliver us the blessings that he promised Abraham. We were strangers from that, thrown away. That's what the story of the prodigal son is about. The difference between the tribe of Judah, who was there, and the other tribes who were thrown away. There you had one son who was always there. You had another son who left and lived riotously. But then when he got so poor, he knew it was time to come home. The father accepted him back. And the son who stayed home in the beginning felt jealous because his father never made a party for him. And that's when the father pulled the son aside and said, "You are a good son, and you have forever been with me. But your brother was dead, and now he is alive. And that's why we killed the fatted calf. That's why we had a party. Even though one of them made a terrible mistake, when they come back as brothers. They're not separated. They come back together. That's the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And we come back as one. Blacks and Hispanics, all of us now have left, and we've been all exiled. But all of us have been accepted back with one prerequisite. Your new life belongs to the Most High God. Your old life, you're forgiven for that. You're forgiven for every person you've unalived, for every crime you committed. But there's one prerequisite. Your new life belongs to Jesus Christ. Everyone understand?
Count out of one count.
Next, please.
Brother asks, Shalom, General. May I have a general breakdown of Matthew 5 and 22? Baba Kushah, my Lord.
Absolutely. My Shamar, it would be my honor. Let's break it down for the brother, please.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Let me give you some context. This is Christ is referring to the law and referring to people that might think that he has done away with the law. And he's trying to stress that he has not done away with the law. Just the opposite. He's made the law more stringent than it ever was. In times past, it was said that if you unalive someone, then you would be in danger of the council. But Jesus Christ is saying, if you are angry with your brother without cause, you're in danger of the council. So Jesus Christ has decided to treat someone who is angry with a man that he has no cause to be angry with. Jesus Christ has decided to treat that like a murder. So don't tell me he did away with the law. He increased the severity of the law. That's what he did. That's what this precept is about. So how do you do that? You're angry at, there are certain reasons, valid reasons to be angry at your brother. What are those valid reasons? When your brother violates the law concerning you. If a man sleeps with your woman, you have the right to be angry with him. If a man steals from you, you have a right to be angry with him. If a man tries to cheat or swindle you in business, you have the right to be angry with him. If someone violates one of your children, you have the right to be angry with that man. But you cannot be angry with a brother simply because, you don't like his vibe. You don't like, how he acts. Right. You don't like, how he walks. You don't like some minuscule nonsense that you find to be angry with the brother who sits next to you in class. Something that is not unlawful. So if you're angry with someone about a thing that is absolutely not unlawful, you will be treated like you murdered someone. That's what this precept is speaking about. You're going to be brought to trial. You're going to be brought to the council, and you'll have to answer for your crime. I pray you understand.
Kind of one kind. Officer of 1,000 Ashkawar of the ISUPK asked, Shalom Adawan Yahweh Hashem Shrakatah. Can I get a breakdown on, he asked for two scriptures. I'm not sure if it's connected. He asked Revelations 21 and 8, what it means by fearful, and 2 Timothy 1 and 6 on what it means by stir up the gift of God.
No problem. Please go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Revelation.
Let me I got to get to, I got a million videos to play tonight.
Not on one kind. I got you, sir.
Even if one of these questions touches on the topic, you can play it then as well. All right.
I got it, sir.
All right. The what?
The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 8.
Please.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone.
I'm sorry, was there a specific question, or you want me to break this down?
He asked what it means by fearful.
Okay, go ahead and read that again, please. I think you read that just now.
Revelation 21 and verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving
What does it mean to be fearful? Give me the One West answer.
Coward, sir.
Give him a hand. Yeah, that's what it means. To be a coward. To be a stinking coward. You cannot be a coward and serve Christ up. You can't do that. You can't be a coward. You can't be afraid to wear a shield around your neck. The IUIC doesn't even believe in wearing shields. I know why. Because when you wear a shield or put a shield on the front door of your building, some Palestinian is going to run her car into the building. Or some Jewish person will hate you because they'll think that's their symbol and you're wearing it. I know why a black or Hispanic man would never wear a shield. The IUIC are cowards. They're just fearful men, scared men that believe that when they march, they feel strong together. You can't serve Christ and be a coward, and be afraid to take. Christ said that you must take up your cross and follow after him. Well, they killed him. Now, if you're trying to preserve your life, this is the wrong life for you. Anything else?
Come on, sir. The second question was 2 Timothy 1:6.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy 1:6. The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of the Most High, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands.
There you go. To stir up the gift of the Most High it means to revitalize your zeal. To revitalize it. I mean, sometimes when you come into the truth, if you're not careful, you will lose your zeal because life will get in the way. There are certain brothers, you'll see them or you're this brother. Where when you first came into the truth, you were so One West, full of zeal. You wanted to build your camp. Nothing mattered more than the school. But then, of course, you lost your job or you got a job. You either, something bad happened between you and your wife. Either you lost your wife or you got a new wife. And life begins to happen, bills and responsibilities and blah, 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 blah. And then before you know it, you don't report anymore. You don't care anymore about building the kingdom of God. You care about yourself. Listen, you better react. You better stir it up. You better stir up that spirit in you. You came in here and hands were laid on you. And when that happened, brother, you became a new man. You better remember that. You better remember the first time a brother gave you a pound and crossed your cheek. I remember it. I remember because I had never hugged my father in his life. I don't even recall ever hugging a man. And I remember coming into the truth and being hugged. And it was so masculine. It was not like some effeminate man wearing purple. It was the most masculine thing in the world, the way the UPK brothers gave each other hugs. I felt like they accepted me, that I was accepted. And I remember it just did something for me, Yak. It stirred up something in me. That thing has never went down. I pray you understand.
Count out of one count.
That's what this precept is about. Next.
A brother in the room has a question, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki saying what you brought up about cowards in the following verse, it proves true where it says here, for the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear,
that's in,
but of power.
But of what?
But of power.
Yeah, that's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. No cowards. You understand? No cowards. Go ahead.
There's another question in the room, sir.
Please.
Salaki. I would like a quick breakdown of John chapter 10, verse 34. It says, Yahweh answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods? Because the reason I asked that is because It reminded me of like the in class last week we showed the Cam Newton video and the woman in the interview, and you know, I mean, and even many podcasts on YouTube is like they're playing God and the alphabet mafia. You know, they're trying to define sexuality and gender and all the rest, and it's like they're playing God. You know, like Frankenstein or something. I'm not trying to be funny or blasphemous, disrespectful, but it's like they're playing God, and you know, and like that specifically the alphabet. It talks it from how I view it, it causes confusion, just like Scripture says, the Most High is not the author of confusion. So, if you can break that down, I'd appreciate it. The water, sir.
Okay, I'll just break down the verse for you. All right, go ahead and read it again. Let the young brother Zadok read it for you. Tell him where it is.
John.
Any questions while we're waiting for the brothers in other cities?
So, Brother Officer Karataza Yahweh has a quick question. If I may, can I get a breakdown on 1 Chronicles 5 and verse 1 through 2? When can a man defer the birthright from his eldest son to a younger?
No problem. You ready? Is the young brother ready in headquarters? Are we ready in headquarters?
Not yet, sir.
No problem. Give him a hand. All right. I'll break this one down first then for you. All right. Someone else grab this one.
So 1 Chronicles 5 and verse 1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel.
I remember. This is the precept where who switched their birthright? This was Jacob that did this.
Sir.
Yeah, you can. Okay, I believe he's saying this is when Ephraim and Manasseh, Jacob decided to switch the rank in birth of Ephraim and Manasseh. Manasseh was the eldest child, was older than Ephraim, but when Jacob put his hands on their heads, he switched. He put his right hand on the. He went like this. He switched.
And
in doing so, his father knew that was his grandfather, that was his father switching the rank of Ephraim and Manasseh in the birth rank. A birth has rank just like in the UPK. Even if you were physical brothers, there would be rank. The oldest brother would be in charge. After him, it would be the second brother. After him, the third, all the way down to number 12, who would be the lowest ranking brother. Even in birth, there's rank. There's rank in anything when you want someone to be responsible for other people. Well, even among your sons, you need to know who's responsible for the younger son. Now, when can you do that? You could do that whenever you want. If you decide, well, listen, I got one son, he's younger, but I believe that he would be better to be in charge if I'm not here. Then it's up to you to put that younger one in charge. You just want to think, who do I want to be in charge if I'm not here? That's it. Which one of these kids do I decide I want this one to be in charge? I'm not here. I got to go to work today. My older son, he's a little simple. He might set the whole damn house on fire. So I'm putting his younger brother in charge. I'm putting him in charge. Why? Because he's safer to be in charge. So I'm going to tell the older son, you got to listen to your younger brother when I'm gone. And so in doing so, I've changed their rank in the family. You understand?
Are
we ready?
I believe we're ready in the room, sir.
You got it.
Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are the gods.
Ye are gods. This precept, the term gods means powers. It is not gods like your concept today of God is a supernatural entity. When they said ye are gods, that's from the book of Psalms. What is that? Psalms 80? 82 and 6. That's what he's referring to. He's referring to when the Most High God said that ye are gods. The word gods means Alahayim or powers. The term powers is like authority. It's like saying that America is the number one superpower. In Old English, you would be saying America is the number one God on earth, the number one power on earth. It is not talking about a supernatural deity. It's speaking about the authority that the Israelites have because they serve the one true living God. So that term is Alahayim, which means power or powers. You have that, Ephraim?
Counter gone, sir.
Good to go. Next.
Con, sir, the sister in the room has a question.
Please, sis.
Can a sister have rank?
Absolutely, a sister can have rank, just not over any man in here. but a woman can have rank. I'll give you some scenarios when a woman could have rank. An older woman can have rank over a younger woman because an older woman has experience. And with women, experience is what gives you authority over other women. Not titles, not an official rank, but the fact that you are 75 years old and she's 20 years old and she doesn't know how to take care of that baby yet. You understand? So you're able to say, listen, you got to do this with your baby. You got to do that with your baby. And that's what you're required to do. Someone give her Titus 2:1. Right, so older women are required, expected to teach younger women, to teach them. Give them your expertise. Give them the benefit of your years and the mistakes you've made. Help that young sister not make those mistakes. You understand?
Come.
Let the young brother Zadok read this one. Where is it starting at in Titus? Titus 2:6 or 2:3?
3, sir.
Go ahead, Zadok. You got it. Titus 2:3. Show him that table of contents. I remember when they showed that to me. I was in my 20s, I think, 20 or something like that. The table of contents. You ready?
The aged woman likewise that they will.
I can't hear him well. You gotta fix the mic.
The Asian woman likewise that they will be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false.
Stop. Slow it down. Slow it down, Atesar. The aged women, that they would be in holiness. So the Most High wants an aged woman to be separate, to be dignified. Read after aged women. Go ahead.
Likewise, that they will be in behavior as becometh holiness. Not
Stop right there. So you got to read much slower up. That they would be in behavior which becometh holiness. You see, if you want to teach other sisters, then you better watch your own behavior first. That's step one. If you're some woman that's an alcoholic, you can't teach anybody because you're a drunk. All you can do is sit up all day and get drunk. What young girl is going to listen to you? What would you have that she could benefit from? Nothing. So if you're an aged woman, an older woman, watch that your behavior is holy. Keep going, Zadok.
not false accusers.
Not false accusers. Well, you're not some woman that lies on other sisters and lies and spreads gossip on other women. Keep going.
Not giving too much wine.
Not giving too much what?
Wine.
Yeah, wine. You see, you can't have rank over a woman if you're a drunk, if you gossip. Then grandma, shut your mouth. What the hell do you know? Keep going.
Teachers of good things.
She should be a what?
Teacher of good things.
Yeah, she should be a teacher of good things. So a woman can absolutely teach other women. She should teach good things. What are you going to do? Teach her how to know if her husband is cheating on her? Is that what you're going to teach her? You can't teach that to anybody. You're going to teach her how to disobey her husband. You're going to teach her how to go through his phone. You're going to teach her how to make sure that he ain't out there running around with other women. You should teach her good things.
Right.
Not the same slot that old whore of a mother taught you. Keep going.
That they may teach the young woman to be sober.
To be what?
To be sober.
Yeah, you can teach. You can have rank. Teach that girl to be sober. Teach her to stop being led by her emotions. Teach her to be calm. Teach her to be slow in action. Teach her to be sober. Keep going.
To love their husbands, to love their children.
Teach her to love her husband and love her children. That girl she's a little girl. She's 25 years old. She needs your help. She needs the wealth of your experience. Here's what you add to her. Teach her to love her husband and teach her to love those children, because so many of you don't. That's why you pass your child to your mother to raise, because your mother knows how to love a child, but your mother doesn't know how to teach that to you. So you just pass the child to your mom. You let your mom raise the child. Wouldn't it be better if the mother could teach her daughter how to be a good mother? Wouldn't that be a better society? Keep going.
Be discreet.
Be what?
Discreet.
The word discreet means, it comes from the term discretion, which means the ability to make good decisions. Teach a girl that. Teach her that. We value your experience in the UPK. Some of you sisters been in this truth 10 years, 15 years. Well, we would value your ability to teach a young sister how to make better decisions, because some girls make terrible decisions. Keep going.
Chase.
The word chase means pure. Teach her to keep herself pure. Watch how she dresses. Pull her to the side and say, baby girl, you're showing too much of that front butt. You gotta wear your bra differently. You gotta do something to be more humble in how you dress, more discreet. You can look beautiful and have humility. Teach her that. Teach it to her. Keep going.
Keepers at home.
Teach her to do what?
Keepers at home.
You know, some young girls, some young wives, they can't keep their ass in the house. They can't do it. They always got to be in the streets doing something. It would be nice if someone could teach a young sister to keep herself at home, to keep at home, be able to stay in that house and have benefit in home, bettering herself, as opposed to always with her cousins and with her friends, getting drunk and being a shame and an embarrassment. That's enough, Zadok. Give Zadok a hand. Well done, Zadok. Siete.
Con, sir.
Go ahead.
Also, Karatazar, who had asked that question, added another comment. Salakia General, if you see fit, man, I got a breakdown of those verses, particularly the second verse, Baba Gashah wa Salakia.
Please, no problem, Mike. Go ahead and go back to it.
So, 1 Chronicles 5 and verse 1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but for as much as he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel.
Stop right there. Reuben was the eldest born of the 12 tribes. He was the oldest son. But he had sex with his father's woman. His father had another wife. Reuben had sex with his father's wife. So because of that, he lost his position as being in charge of the 12 brothers. Keep going. And it was passed to who? Keep going.
Given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel.
And it was given. Go ahead. Keep going.
Salakia, sir. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright.
Meaning you can't look at the birthright to determine the genealogy because they're twisted. Keep going. They're switched. Keep going.
Verse 2. For Judah prevailed above his brethren.
So now Ephraim began to outrank Reuben, but Judah outranked all of them. Judah received the right to be treated as the eldest son and with every privilege due the eldest son. This is also in the Psalms where he prevailed against his brethren. Judah received the position of the eldest son of the 12 tribes of Israel. So whenever you hear the term that Judah is the head tribe, what they actually correctly should say is that Judah has the position of the eldest brother. And because of that, Jesus Christ came from this tribe. Everyone understands.
Come on, sir.
At one time, it was Reuben. Reuben lost it because of his lust and his greed. And then Ephraim also was excelled above Reuben, but Judah excelled above Ephraim. Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans. If you need a precept for what I just said about Judah being the one who excelled to the seat of the eldest brother, it's in the book of Psalms, I think 78 or 178. Let me know if you need it, all right? We'll keep going if we need to.
Come on, sir. And of him came the chief ruler.
And that's what I just broke down. Of Judah became the chief ruler, which is speaking about Jesus Christ.
But the birthright was
Israel. I'm sorry?
Salakia. But the birthright was Joseph's.
But the birthright was Joseph's. Joseph is speaking about the father of Ephraim and Manasseh. The birthright was Joseph's, but then Judah excelled above them. And so Judah became the one who sat in the position of the eldest son. All right. Good to go?
Come on, sir.
Please.
Was that from? I don't think he was the second after Reuben, right?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't the second. That's why I'm saying you can't reckon the birthright with the rank. He wasn't the second, but he was chosen. He was chosen to be in charge after them, but then Judah excelled above him. So it's telling you why Reuben lost it. But then the Most High God just began to bless the sons, and they fell into their natural order from God. And in that natural order, Judah came first, and then Ephraim, which is why Judah and Ephraim became heads of Judah and Israel. We became heads of those two parts of our nation because they're the two eldest sons once Reuben lost his seat. But it's not because of birth order, it's because of God choosing it. And God showed his choice by the father choosing it, by the father deciding he wanted Judah in charge. Then he wanted Ephraim in charge. The father chose the rank system among the 12. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on, sir.
I'm ready.
Some moments, sir. Officer,
sir, can you hear me, Adawan?
Y'all desire hear you fine now.
Okay. If I may, Adawan, this make me think about a scripture in Genesis 49 and 9, where it says, verse 8, sir, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Yeah. Thy end shall be in the neck of thy enemies, thy father's children shall bow down before thee. If I may, sir, can I use those two scriptures can we teach basically that as a measuring stick as far as who the tribes are today in 2024? Can I use these two precepts to say that the other tribes follow Judah? Because in my experience growing up in Haiti, I remember every Haitian's trying to be Black American, right? Is that something spiritual, Adawan, and related to those two scriptures, or am I pushing it?
You're pushing it. Every tribe should follow Jesus Christ, who is from the tribe of Judah. But of course, it doesn't mean, you don't want to insinuate that simply being a Judite means that you are in some way above other tribes, because that could be inferred by what you say. That is not true. You understand? As you know, the Apostle Paul, who is the father of the 7 candlesticks that are in the hand of Jesus Christ, he was not from the tribe of Judah, but the tribe of Benjamin. You understand?
Gotcha.
As you know, the Israelite school of UPK right now is controlled by a man from the tribe of Benjamin. Your tribe doesn't put you over another brother, but Judah excelled among his brothers. He is the head of the 12 tribes as far as his brothers go, and Jesus Christ is the Judite that every tribe will follow. And that precept you're reading in Genesis is talking about Jesus Christ. I believe there's a little more where it says that thy brethren shall bow down to thee. Well, the brothers are not going to bow down to every Judite, but all tribes are going to bow down to a Judite. And that Judite is Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Right. Every tribe will bow down to him, but it doesn't mean that a Judite is better than an Ephraimite, because he is not. You understand? No problem.
So, like I said, there's a question that ties well into one of tonight's main stories. Mm-hmm. But before that, if I could, a brother dropped a comment. Let's get them likes up, Israel. And there are over 500 people watching live right now, and there are 18 likes.
Well, that's because they don't like it. Even I can understand that message.
Well, if I could, I want everyone to show how much they do like it by hitting that like button.
I hear you. Okay, no sweat. Most High in Christ. All right, let's continue. You ready to get it on? You want to go to
Ra? As Salakia Adawan, does the Most High hold parents responsible for their children becoming serial unalivers?
Well, it depends on the kind of parent that you've been. And so if your child is out there unaliving people, it's time to look at yourself in the mirror and find out if you had any part to play in that. You see, there's a time coming when things like that can happen. Your child can become an evil person, and you'll have to examine yourself. That's what the scriptures say. Examine thyself. You're going to have to say, well, my child is a drug dealer. My daughter is a whore. My son unalived people. What did I do? Well, let me see. Hold up now. What did he see me do?
Well, Shannon and Mike, the FBI in it.
I'm coming right to you. What did I do? You'll have to examine your parenting, and either you'll find yourself culpable or you'll find yourself innocent. If you don't know, come ask the priest from the UPK in your city, and we'll tell you exactly whether or not you're responsible or not. Play the video.
Sir. And brothers are saying they see over 200 likes, so maybe it's just not showing on my end.
No sweat, no problem. All right, go ahead.
Law enforcement and the governor just held a press conference a short time ago. Kayla Fish begins our team coverage of this tragedy with what else we're learning at this hour. Kayla?
Well, Shannon and Mike, the FBI in Atlanta says local authorities had contact with the suspect last year. The FBI had notified the local sheriff's deputies who interviewed him and his father about online threats to commit a school shooting and hunting guns they found in their home. But while this teen was on authorities' radar, the FBI said at the time there was no probable cause for arrest.
This is everybody's worst nightmare. And I just want to offer my sincere condolences and our thoughts and prayers to the families that have lost loved ones. For those that are injured and continuing to fight, these are our neighbors, these are our friends, and this community is hurting today.
And if I could, sir, there was an update. They just arrested the father on charges of second-degree murder.
Listen, they're making him responsible because he left access to that AR-15 to that 14-year-old boy. The 14-year-old boy had access to that gun. The father is about to go to jail. That's a new thing. They usually would not have charged the parents, but I assume they're trying to do something about the epidemic of mass shooters in America. America has on average 335 mass shootings every year. Every year. And the school season has just started. So many of you will see things like this, and you'll wonder who's responsible. Is the father responsible? Well, the United States court system believes he is responsible. They went to his house last year because his son made threats saying he was going to shoot everybody in the school. The police came out to his house. The father said, no, my son would never do that. My son doesn't have access to my AR-15. Then they moved from that school district. The next year, the son went to school and shot and killed 5 people in the school. 2 Israelites, I believe, were murdered by this 14-year-old boy. The father, the court is deciding that the father has culpability. But I'm telling you, he's not the only one. He's not the only one. School shootings are something that are so ubiquitous and so normal in America that you'll begin to accept it before you decide to do something about it. Because doing something about school shootings, doing something about the shootings in Chicago, the shootings in Los Angeles, doing something about the violence in America will actually hurt America. America loves murder. They love it. You don't believe me? This was a terrible. Show me some more videos from victims of this shooting in Georgia. Is it Georgia?
No, sir.
And then I want you to show me the #1 movie in America. After that,
Count out of one.
First, show me some of the interviews from the people that were there.
Someone did receive a message that he did die, and you know, he was a very sweet kid. He did not deserve this. Neither did the coach or everyone else. And yeah, you know, it's very unfortunate, but you know, I just hope that the shooter finds God and that God forgives what they did. His name was Chris.
Well, of course, that woman is clearly a daughter of Zion, from one of the lost sheep of the house of Israel, because she has that ability that we have learned from the Catholic Church, from the Christian Church, to forgive our murderer if he's white. What was the name of this murderer, brother? Do you know?
I believe it was Colt Gray, sir.
What was his name? What's his first name again?
Colt.
What's his first name?
Colt.
The boy who killed her friends, his first name was Colt. Colt, which means his family is bringing him up with the love of guns and murder and Clint Eastwood and John Wayne. And the father, he absolutely, according to the court, is responsible. But who else is responsible? Let me show you. Give me the #1 movie in America, please.
Come on, sir. There's one more video that I wanted to
please.
First. This young child was they put microphones right in his face to recall what he had just experienced.
I started running, he started shooting like 10 times. He shot at least 10 times. And then I ran to the back of the classroom. I dived behind the desk, and my teacher had got in front of me like he was guarding. But like the gunshots were so close to me, like my ears started ringing real bad. Like the whole classroom was smoking, like, and everything. And then when he finally got out of the classroom, my teacher started barricading the door with desks and bookshelves and all that. And then I had got up. When I had got up, I had saw one of my classmates on the ground bleeding so bad. And then when I had moved myself to the other side of the room, because the bookshelf I was hiding behind, it was right in front of the door. So I had moved to the other side, to like this side with my friend. And I was checking on my other friend because he got grazed in his leg. And then there was a white girl that was in front of me. She got shot in her leg and stuff. And then my other friend got shot in her stomach. And it was just so sad stuff.
Poor brother out and poor sister, man. This is a terrible thing. The Israelite School of UPK, under commanding General Yohana, we think this is absolutely horrible. And we don't want this to happen. Now, I just have one question for you. How much do you hate this? How bad do you want this to stop? Because if you want this to stop, you could make it stop. It doesn't have to happen. But you would lose something to make school shootings stop. You would lose something to make the violence in Chicago stop. Are you willing to lose that thing to save the lives of children? America is not willing to lose that. America profits from murder and from the psyche of murder, from the mentality of murder, and they don't want to lose that. You don't believe me? Please play the #1 movie in America.
push our death.
Come on. If you could, this is a Marvel movie with comic book characters. These characters are for children. Wolverine and Deadpool from the comic books, from cartoons. This is for children. You see, America claims to hate these mass murders, but they don't hate it enough not to make money from the bloodlust of people that want to kill everyone on a bus. They want to kill everyone on the block. Give me the other one I showed you. And I want you to notice something. There's the same song playing in the back of both of these videos. I want someone to tell me what this song is. Play the other video I sent you out.
Come on, sir.
Every man, read that again. What's the title of that?
It said, every man wants to go out and fighting in a blaze of glory.
Every man wants to go out fighting in a blaze of glory. America does not want to change the American spirit, and the American spirit loves to kill people. That song, who knows what that song is? Give me someone in the chat room to tell you. Right, and they played a Christian organ. It was beautiful when they killed all those people. It was operatic. It was beautiful.
If I may, sir, it's like a prayer from Madonna.
Yes, warrior. That is like a prayer from Madonna. Like a prayer. This is what they pray for. But everybody uses that song. It's on other movies. When they go to kill so many people, they play like a prayer because it's like, this is God's will for me to kill everyone on this bus, everyone in this house. What do you think the zombie craze is in America? Have you ever, every movie is a zombie movie. Every single movie. There is no movie damn near that is not somehow a zombie movie. Why? Because in a zombie movie, you get to kill people like they're not people. You get to shoot everyone in the street, mow them down because they're not really people. And you get to treat them like they're not human. And there is a fantasy, a fetish in America for killing people. And it's in your video games, it's in your music, it's in your movies that are cartoons made for children. Deadpool and Wolverine is a cartoon made for children. It's in your anime. You love your anime. Your anime, how many times in anime do you see blood splattered across the screen? It's in everything. And it sells guns, it sells movies, and it gets people elected. The American bloodlust. Well, I know you hate school shootings. Do you hate it enough to change music? movies, and popular culture? How much do you hate it? There's a big myth in America that you have to outlaw guns to stop murders. I know for a fact that that's not true because I don't eat pork and I don't eat shrimp, and shrimp and pork are legal to buy. In the Israelite School of UPK, we don't do things, and it has nothing to do with what is illegal. We don't eat pork and shrimp because it's immoral. If you taught people morality, it wouldn't matter if guns were legal or not. It wouldn't matter what was legal. Right now, smoking weed is legal. I don't smoke weed. Eating pork is legal. I don't eat pork. Something having access to a thing doesn't mean I have to do it because I have morality, and morality governs my decisions, not my access to the thing that you want so bad. It doesn't, brother, guns could be legal everywhere and no one has to get shot. Abortions are legal, but our daughters don't get abortions because access to abortions doesn't change my morality. It doesn't change the fact that I know right from wrong. Why don't you teach children right from wrong? Why don't you give them morals? Instead, you encourage their bloodlust. Maybe that young brother wants to be like Wolverine. Maybe that's all. Maybe a 14-year-old wants to be like Deadpool. Maybe a 14-year-old wants to be like the video game heroes that he loves. He is a child. He plays video games and watches Wolverine movies. If you hate this murder, why don't you change the influences that you give a child? But you will never do that. Why? Who can guess? Because the love of money is the root of all evil. You'll never change your popular music or movies or influences because you get rich. And these few murders, these 365, 40, 35 incidents every year, you're willing to pay that because of the money that you make. Are the Democrats against the movie industry? Huh? No. Are the Republicans against the movie industry? No. The Democrats and the Republicans encourage the violence in movies, the violence in video games, and the violence in music. None of them would ever try to stop it because they all get paid from it. But they're going to cry when your son gets shot in school. I'm telling you that you better change the morals in people, or else it won't matter what access they have or what you do. Their foundation is immoral. Their foundation has a lust of murder, and this country profits from it. I pray you understand. Let me show you. Let me give you another thing. Give me Willie Horton. Right now, it's election season. When is the election? When is the election coming up?
November.
God damn, November. November, there's an election. Well, all week on my phone, I've been seeing videos about Venezuelans who took over what'd they do? Venezuelans took over a apartment building. What happened?
Count on, sir.
Give me somebody from the class. Tell me what the Venezuelans did, everybody. Who knows? What did the Venezuelans do to the apartment building? Does anyone know? Atlanta, you don't know.
If you know,
I might need to play the video. I didn't think I needed to.
Salak, if I could, sir.
Go ahead,
I believe from the reports that I've heard, they said that the Venezuelan immigrants were taking over like in a gangland type of style, trying to take over the apartment complex and kick people out of their apartment buildings.
In what city?
That was Denver, Colorado, I believe.
Right, so there are no more police or FBI in Denver, Colorado?
That's the strangest thing to me because
it's strange, ain't it? It's strange that in Denver, Colorado, a gang will come in and take over an apartment building, Do you know how many police agencies there are in America? Let me run them down to you. You got local police. Then you got the FBI. Then you got the ATF. Then you got Homeland Security. Then you got every transit authority has their own police. The buses and the trains have a police force to themselves. What else do you have? That's the FBI, ATF, Homeland Security, the local police. You have the state troopers. You got the state. They also have a whole nother police force for the state of Colorado. Go ahead.
The school districts even have police officers.
For water, Houston, the school district has their own police officers. But you know what they're saying? A Venezuelan gang has come across the border and taken over an apartment building in Denver, Colorado. This story sounds familiar to me. You're going to hear so much hate about the chosen people of God, the Venezuelans, the Nicaraguans, the people from Haiti, the people from Mexico. You're going to hear terrible things about them. The Russians are paying so you can hate the Mexicans and hate the Venezuelans and the Nicaraguans and the people from Colombia. But this sounds very familiar to me because I'm a black man from the tribe of Judah. And I've been around a few years under my service to Commanding General Yohana. And I've seen a couple of things. And let me show you something that I remember. Please play it.
Count out of one, count.
Play the commercial.
And Dukakis on crime. Bush supports the death penalty for first-degree murderers. Dukakis not only opposes the death penalty, he allowed first-degree murderers to have weekend passes from prison. One was Willie Horton, who murdered a boy in a robbery, stabbing him 19 times. Despite a life sentence, Horton received 10 weekend passes from prison. Horton fled, kidnapped a young couple, stabbing the man and repeatedly raping his girlfriend. Weekend prison passes. Dukakis on crime.
There was a time back in the early 80s, brother, when the Democratic Party believed that you couldn't just throw people in jail forever because then they would have no reason to have good behavior in jail. They thought they had to give prisoners incentive to not commit crime in prison. So they begin to have furlough passes because they begin to say if all of these black people are in jail, if we don't give them time off for good behavior or an ability to see their wife or an ability to go home, then they're going to commit more crime in prison. So they instituted furlough passes for some prisoners. If you had good behavior, if you behaved yourself, if you were a model citizen. There was a man named Willie Horton who on that furlough pass, he went and killed these white people and raped the woman. And Michael Dukakis was the candidate who supported those furlough passes. And George Bush was the candidate who hated them and believed that black people should stay in prison, should never get out, and that there should be no way for you to even have good time in prison, that you should just simply be in prison forever for the safety of the public. Let me tell you how well this commercial did. Michael Dukakis was ahead. When this commercial came out, it destroyed his political career. You don't believe me? I'm going to play some experts that will talk about this commercial. Go ahead. Play the next video.
Despite a life sentence, Horton received 10 weekend passes from prison.
It's like a baseball player. A lot of times you're going to do an ad and you strike out. Nobody even cares about it. It's rare that you have one where you swing and you hit and you just watch it sail.
Quiet on set.
My assistant called me up and said they caught Willie Horton. And I said, well, what do you mean they caught him? He's been in prison for life. Why are murderers being let out into the streets? We learned fairly quickly that he was out on a weekend pass, a furlough they called it, and he invaded a couple's house in Maryland, brutalized the man and raped the woman.
Dukakis believed the furlough policy would encourage better behavior in prison by lifers. They need some kind of incentive or there will be, chaos inside. It was a big story in the local papers. So the minute we had the nomination, we knew we were going to face Willie Horton.
Bush and Dukakis on crime. Bush supports the death penalty for first-degree murderers. Dukakis not only opposes the death penalty, he allowed first-degree murderers to have weekend passes from prison. One was Willie Horton.
I ran an independent expenditure, which is an outside organization that isn't involved with the actual campaign. We were scared Governor Dukakis, who was running rather large leads in the polls, was going to sweep to victory. So it called for some dramatic campaign action.
Despite a life sentence, Horton received 10 weekend passes from prison. Horton fled, kidnapped a young couple, stabbing the man and repeatedly raping his girlfriend.
The impact and the effect, I believe, had a great deal to do with Willie Horton's race.
Horton was an ugly guy, and he looked like everybody's stereotype of a black thug. I can't believe when they made those ads, they didn't know what they were doing, raising racial fears.
Willie Horton was a hardened criminal. People are rightly scared. It doesn't matter if he's black or white or yellow or purple.
But what ultimately killed Dukakis was not the Willie Horton ad, it was the Poly Pavilion answer.
Governor, if Kitty Dukakis were raped and murdered, would you favor an irrevocable death penalty for the killer?
That was as close as we were going to ever get to the Willie Horton question. We must have done the answer 1,000 times. I know what it's like to be the victim of crime. I'm on the side of victims.
No, I don't, Bernard, and I think you know that I've opposed death penalty during all of my life.
You can pass it out. That's all I need. Let me tell you what happened because of Willie Horton. They used this brother's face. His face was everywhere. That big, black, scary face. And George Bush won the election. And you know who beat George Bush? Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton instituted the 3 strikes rule in California. Because of Bill Clinton, 2 million black people and Hispanics are in prison today. Because after that, they knew that you can never let a black person out of jail. You can never let an Hispanic out of jail. And it became politically, it became a political danger if you were kind to black people, if you gave them a second chance. What happens today? There are 2 million people in jail today. 2 million. And Bill Clinton made a 3 strikes rule, which means 3 felonies and you're in there for life. I know what it's like for someone to use your race to scare white people. Now they're using the race of Venezuelans and Mexicans and Nicaraguans and Colombians to scare white people. And in the end, if it works, there are going to be millions of Hispanics in prison. Millions for anything and everything. After Willie Horton, brother, you were getting arrested for having a hoodie. You were getting arrested for anything. It comes from Willie Horton. Willie Horton scared people so much that then you had Giuliani, who came right with Bill Clinton in New York and began to just arrest black people for anything that he could find to put them in jail to make white people feel safe. Those of you from the tribe of Judah, if you're black, you're seeing the injustice that happened to you. You're seeing it happen to your brothers, La Raza. You're seeing it happen to them right now. But oh, brother, hold on. But oh, cuando unimos, what? Cuando nos unimos. Cuando nos unimos, nosotros adversarios caerán. Cuando nos unimos, nosotros adversarios caerán. When we unite, our adversaries will fall, brother. Our adversaries will fall. Cuando nos unimos, nosotros adversarios caerán. That's what we have to do. We have to unite. We can't now hate Mexicans and hate Venezuelans because your phone told you to. That's what they did with Willie Horton. Everyone understands.
Con out of one, con.
Let me give it. Is there any more? That's it on that. What else do we
That's-
have?
We have the video of Candace Owens. We have the January 6th inmates complaining about the conditions.
Let's do that first. This goes on to the same topic as Willie Horton. So Willie Horton made them make jail more terrible, jail more horrible. And think about your brothers in California, California and Texas, Houston. You know what I'm talking about. Houston, out there in Texas, you have the most people in jail on the planet Earth in Texas. Were you aware of that, Houston? That's a fact. There are more people in jail in Texas than anywhere on the planet Earth. Second, number 2 is California. California is number 2. All of this came from Willie Horton. All of this came from an election year where a big, mean black face was used to say, put them all in jail. The only way we can be safe is if they're in jail. And then they begin to increase the prison population in California, and now Texas has passed everyone. You understand? There's more people in jail in Houston and in Texas than in North Korea, than in Russia. There's more people in jail in Texas right now. The most people in jail on the planet. That started with Willie Horton. They used him for politics to get votes. Please believe it worked. It worked. Let me show you the other way. Let me show you what else you could do. Let me show you what happens when the person in jail does not look like Willie Horton, is not a big black man with a beard. Let me show you the other side. Go ahead and play it up.
This is an emergency message from a January 6th political prisoner. My name is Jake Lang. I've been incarcerated, illegally detained by the Biden and Harris regime for 1,300 days without a trial. This is tyranny, this is un-American, and this is a two-tier justice system pitted against Donald J. Trump and his supporters. Any patriot out there, any constitutionalist, any conservative, any Christian, your day to be behind bars is coming if you don't give up your faith or if we don't win this spiritual warfare. So this is what we need to do. We need to pray harder. We need to work harder. We need to fast and listen to the Holy Spirit and get after it. Today is the day of salvation.
Listen, he's in jail for how long? How many days is that? 1,000 what?
1,030 something days.
How many days? How many weeks is that, or months? Or years is that?
It's about 3 years.
Oh no!
This was from the other day, sir. This was from a couple days ago.
Yeah, with a phone, in prison. Oh no! All he did was break into the United States Capitol and defecate on the congressman's desk. If a black man did that, you'd be shot on the lawn. On the lawn going in. He went there and sat at the desk and wrote on the desk and passed the law, and is wondering why he's in jail for 3 years. Give me another video.
It's from the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol are being held in the Washington, D.C. jail without bail. They've complained about harsh conditions, prompting court action against the facility. Some lawmakers, Republican lawmakers, say that the rights of the detainees are being violated.
They've been beaten by the guards many, many times. We were told that they're called white supremacist and they're called racist and all kinds of horrible names. They also told us that they're denied medical treatment.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene recently went to the D.C. jail after reading a Twitter post by one of the detainees. Inmates complained of beatings by guards, standing sewage, scant food and water, mental abuse, among others. A group of Republican lawmakers want the right.
Oh my God, they're not getting medical attention? Do you know how many people died in prison because of the COVID-19 virus? They were just left dead in a prison cell. Let me tell you something. I believe in prison reform. The Israelite School of UPK believes in prison reform under Commanding General Yohana. But we also know that there can be no prison reform without there being prisoners that you care about, prisoners that you love, prisoners that you sympathize with. You don't sympathize with the Nicaraguans or the Venezuelans. You don't sympathize with black people like Willie Horton. But if we can just arrest more white people, prison reform will happen. If you truly want prison reform, you have to arrest more white people. These videos are going to change prison. They're not getting medical care. The guards are abusing them. If you've been in prison before, guard abuse is normal. Not getting prison care is normal, but now it's happening to someone that isn't a big black nigger or some greasy spick. That's going to change prison. They're going to change the rules in prison. The culture of prison will change if more white people go to jail. So if you're out there and you believe in prison reform, there's only one way to get true prison reform. I want you to write it in the chat room. What is the only way to get true prison reform? While you're thinking about it, I'm going to play more videos. You got it out.
Count out of one, count. Salaki, so just a moment.
Take your time. How can we achieve prison reform in America? I know you want that. How do we get it done? How do we get it done? They tried it. I'm sorry. They tried it in the 80s, but then Willie Horton, he's too big and black. They can't do it now because the prisons are full of Venezuelans and Mexicans. How will we get true prison reform? We have to we have to make white people experience what it's like to go to prison. Make them experience it. They're going to write their daddies and their mommies and their congressmen, and then prison will change. Go ahead, brother.
Accused in the brutal assault of D.C. police officer Mike Fanone on January 6th has been released from the D.C. jail on bond. And only WUSA 9 was there as Thomas Civic left the D.C. jail in that gray sweatsuit. His father was trying to block our cameras. As chief investigative reporter Eric Flack tells us, it was his father's tearful plea that helped reverse the judge's decision to keep Civic behind bars.
No.
The Department of Justice says that's Thomas Civic in body cam video as D.C. police officer Mike Fanone is brutally assaulted January 6th. While other rioters were beating and tasing Fanone, causing him to suffer a concussion and a heart attack, Civic is accused of robbing Fanone of his badge and his radio. Civic allegedly returned home to New York with the badge and buried it in his backyard. Fanone's radio has never been recovered. Civic has been held at the D.C. jail since his arrest in March on multiple felony counts. Judge Amy Jackson has rejected multiple requests for Civic's pretrial release, ruling he is a danger to the community. But Tuesday, Jackson reversed her bond decision, in part because she found, quote, toxic conditions in the D.C. jail were likely to contribute to Civic's further radicalization if he was kept in pretrial detention.
Stop. This man tased a cop, stole his badge. The cop had a heart attack. He took his badge. He kept the radio. She said he's a danger to himself and others. But the conditions in the D.C. jail are so bad, it will likely contribute to more hatred of America. If you want to change the prison system, arrest more white people.
That's right.
Arrest more white people. Arrest more white people. Let them know what it feels like to sit in jail for years simply because you can't afford to bail yourself out. Let them know what it feels like to eat that slop and eat that thing they call food in prison, to be in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day. Let white people feel what it's like to be in jail. They're going to call their daddy and their mommy and their judge and congressman, and they're going to change the prison system to make it more comfortable if more white people go to prison. How do you fix the prison system? I want someone to say it in the chat room. How do you fix the broken prison system in America? How do you do it? Lock Esau up. That's correct. This judge, play that again. Play it again and finish playing it. Keep going.
Civic's attorney telling the judge Civic hears Capitol riot defendants singing the Star-Spangled Banner every night at 9 p.m. in a, quote, cult-like fashion. He also said Civic has requested to be held in solitary confinement as a way of escaping that group. Civic's father made a tearful appeal to the judge, saying he would do anything to get his son home, including making sure he abides by her order that he not watch political television that could, quote, inflame his thoughts. Civic himself wrote a letter to the judge calling January 6 a, quote, disgrace to our nation, rejecting the former president who he'd come to D.C. to support. The judge released Civic to the custody of his parents under 24-hour home incarceration at their home in New York, and under the condition he continue the psychiatric treatment he began at the D.C. jail. The judge telling Civic, quote, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, which I think you've earned. Please understand, Mr. Civic, you will only get one chance. Eric Flack, WUSA 9.
It's like the general's on his way back in. Oh, here
Come right now, Salakia. My apologies. You played the video, right?
Con, sir, we just played the rest of that video.
And she let him out of jail. She let him out. Listen, I want the prisons to change, and I want people to be reformed in prison. I want them to actually learn how to be better people. But I know that cannot happen as long as there are people that look like me in prison. As long as there are people that look like the Mexicans, the Venezuelans in prison, prison can't change because they don't feel pity on us. But I know that if there were more white people in prison, they would change prison to make it a more reformative place to be in. Please arrest more white people.
Kind out of one kind.
Please arrest more white people. All right. Anything else?
Kind, sir, brother in the room has something to say.
Please,
Oh God, Salaki, sir, this rings true to a case a few years ago with an Edomite named Brock Turner, who was caught on a campus ground sexually assaulting a woman. He was caught in the act, and a judge waived his sentence, saying that it would be a detriment to his swimming career in college.
Oh my God, I remember that, Ephraim. How did I forget about that? This judge said he is a good swimmer, and if he arrests him, it would hurt his swimming career. And they let him out of jail. Yes, that is a real story that Ephraimite just said just now. White people have to go to jail to change jail. Jail will be different. What happens when white people move into a neighborhood? The police treat the neighborhood better. The streets department cleans up the trash more. When white people move into a neighborhood, the neighborhood is given more attention by the city. White people need to move into jail. They need to go to jail more. Then jail will become nice like the suburb. And so then the blacks and Hispanics that go to jail will get to benefit from being in a white neighborhood. Jail needs to become a white neighborhood. Prison needs to become a white neighborhood for there to be any improvement at all.
Salaki, sir, are you saying they need to gentrify jail?
Give him a hand, please. Give him a hand. Give him a hand because he knows what he's talking about. Warrior, you just told the truth here in front of everybody. Jail needs to be gentrified. Gentrification helped Harlem. It helped so many cities. Gentrify prison. Put more white people in prison, and prison will become nice and clean. Gentrify the prisons. Arrest more white people. All right, next. All right, where are we at now?
We can move on to the Russian YouTubers real quick and touch on that if you'd like.
Do you have the numbers of the money that they made?
I do. I have an article here from NPR. It says that nearly $10 million.
Let me give them the story first.
No,
This week, the Justice Department issued out warrants and arrested these Russians who were in America setting up companies who were fueling, who were paying famous YouTubers to push Russian propaganda. Now, both sides of the political issue in America, they do that. The Iranians, they push videos to elect Kamala Harris. The Russians push videos to elect Donald Trump. But what we have today, is the numbers on the amount of money that these YouTubers were getting to push Russian propaganda on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Do you have one of the YouTubers? One of their faces look familiar to me. It's this cat that always wears all black. I've seen him on my phone.
So let me pull up their faces real quick. There are a couple of high-profile YouTubers. Lauren Chen from Glenn Beck's Blaze TV.
Yeah. Lauren Chen. If you got them, and then give me how much money they made. This is something that Commanding General Yohanna said, brother, that you should value. You should value. Commanding General Yohanna said this, that we are not beholden to anyone. No one pays us. There is no foreign government, no government within the United States that pays us anything to skew what we say in the name of God. When we speak in the name of God and our King Jesus Christ. And there is no government, no organization that pays us 1 penny to decide what we say. And I want you to see how much integrity that takes when you hear these numbers. Go ahead and play it, brother.
So this is Lauren Chen and her husband Liam Donovan, both of whom were involved in this.
Go ahead.
$10 million was funneled to a Tennessee company that contracts with influencers. They're accused of paying up to $400,000 to each individual influencer. A month. They
paid these people $400,000 a month. And how much were they posting? Do you have that? Because I remember it.
They have they got $100,000 signing bonus and an additional performance bonus for 4 videos a week.
Lord have mercy, brother. These people made 4 videos a week. 4 videos. Do you know how many classes the Israelite School of UPK has? Every day we're making classes. Multiple classes. Every day we're flooding the internet with the doctrine of God. These people made 4 a week, and they got $400,000 a month for making 4 video posts a week. Any more?
Nah, sir, that's the basics.
Brother, our enemies are well funded, and they're not doing any of our work. They're able to be lazy and make $400,000 a month for 4 video posts a month. 4. That's it. 4 a week, right?
Sir, 4 a week.
4 a week. They get $400,000 a month. Our enemies are well funded. They're not doing half of our work. And I want you to remember this. Why? Because this is all connected. All of this. You got this. You got the Deadpool and Wolverine and people getting shot. You have people on YouTube and on Instagram getting paid money, $400,000 a month. And you think they're giving you their pure and honest opinion when really they're just working for someone. There are so many people on Instagram that you believe are zealots for your cause. You believe they think like you, when in actuality, they're just getting paid from some power to twist your stupid mind into believing what you are more susceptible to believe. whether it's for the Democrats or the Republicans. Meanwhile, there's one YouTube channel, one website, one Instagram video, one group on TikTok that is not paid for, that is not receiving any money.
Right.
And they're giving you the pure doctrine of God like water. You better take heed, and you better remember, and you better support the people who don't take money because they're sincere to their integrity to God. You understand? Give me as one more last one on the tip of my tongue.
Sir. Meanwhile, in California, they're telling black people that they have no money for reparations.
Oh, the reparations. Play that video. Do you have the video I sent you?
Kind of the one, kind.
Play that. Now, let me give you some background.
California,
over there in California,
Legislative Black Caucus decided.
Hold on 1 second now. Over there in California, I saw y'all. Do you know about this controversy that's been going on for about 3 years?
Sir.
Oh my God. Oh, Tariq Nasheed and every black conscious group from California has been preparing for how they're going to spend their reparations check for 3 years. They've been saying the West Indians can't get none. Nah, you brothers from Trinidad, you can't get none. Lord knows you Mexicans, you can't have any of my reparations money. They've been planning on how they're going to spend it for 3 years. They've been excluding the West Indians, excluding the Hispanic tribes, because they just knew that they had it in the bag. Well, let me tell you what happened this week. Finally, after 3 or 4 years, the reparations came down to a vote in California. Of course, it got squashed, but I want you to hear who squashed it. Play.
The leader of California's reparations task force is speaking out after state lawmakers blocked 2 reparations-related proposals. The California Legislative Black Caucus decided to withhold those bills from moving forward. That led to a big protest at the Capitol over the weekend, as you see here. That's what the video is that you're watching right now. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala spoke with the reparations leader.
Yeah, so Ashley, what does she have to say about how this whole session ended over the weekend?
And Golston and Lisa, Camila Moore was the chairwoman of California's Historic Reparations Task Force. That group wrapped up its work last year after spending years studying the effects of slavery, racial discrimination, and its impact on black Californians. She says she felt betrayed by the Black Caucus after it decided to block 2 bills.
Wait, by the who?
By the Black Caucus, sir.
Let me tell you what happened, Warrior. They went through 4 years of planning on winning this vote. The Black Caucus of California stopped it from even getting voted on. They didn't even let it get voted on. And everyone is so mad. All of you dreadlock-headed, weed-smoking hippies in California, you're so angry because you just really believe that you had the Democratic Party controls California. The Black Caucus in California controls everything. The Black Caucus are the ones that didn't let that bill come to a vote. And you're crying because you're ignorant and stupid. But let me tell you something that your politicians won't tell you. There was no way at all that black people were ever going to receive reparations because the United States Supreme Court just struck down affirmative action. Affirmative action is illegal in America. Affirmative action after 50 years was determined to be unconstitutional. How in the hell are they going to give black people reparations when they can't even give you affirmative action on the workplace? They can't even give you a job. They can't even give you preference in hiring. How in the hell are they going to give you reparations money? Reparations is unconstitutional. The Supreme Court has said it. You don't believe me? Give me Evanston, Illinois. Evanston, Illinois. This happened 2 weeks ago. Before this bill was struck down by the Congressional Black Caucus in California, let me tell you what happened 2 weeks ago. Give me the story in Evanston, Illinois.
Kind out of one kind. Just a moment, sir. Salakia.
I'll brief him on it if you want, Aisha.
Sir Bob Kashar, while I pull it up.
No problem. 2 weeks ago, Evanston, Illinois passed reparations for housing in Evanston, Illinois. Evanston, Illinois is a suburb outside of Chicago. I think Captain Mahayaman is from Evanston, Illinois. Someone tell me that. I think Captain Mahayaman is from Evanston or he's from Waukegan, Illinois. I'm not sure which one. But Evanston, Illinois is a black suburb outside of Chicago. Evanston, Illinois realized that for 50 years, they had been discriminating against black people in the buying of housing with using some process called redlining. Redlining is when you just determine who is black and they're not getting that house because they're black. You exclude all black people from being able to own homes. Someone sued Evanston, Illinois, and they proved in court that they have been discriminating against potential black homeowners for 50 years. They won in court. So Evanston, Illinois decided that we should give reparations to black homeowners. So they decided that from now on, they would give black homeowners preferential treatment when it came to buying a home. They would say, well, if you're black, you'll get first. You'll be chosen first as a way to try to make up for the fact that we have excluded blacks for 50 years. Are you ready?
Sir.
Go ahead.
Convention. Residents in Evanston, Illinois are gearing up for a legal fight over the nation's first reparations program. It's a program that residents like 87-year-old Dolores Holmes say is righting historic wrongs.
We bought this house in 1961. You know, we couldn't get a mortgage because the banks wouldn't give you mortgages.
The banks wouldn't loan you money. Why?
Because you're black. What else?
With less valuable land than areas on the shores of Lake Michigan, and banks often refuse to loan money to black families like hers. Today, nationwide, just 45% of black Americans own their homes, compared with 74% of white Americans, according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
When you think about what could have been, what comes to mind?
And it's
You
normalized
start
effects of
over.
race discrimination in the past.
It kept tripping. Start it over. You having a problem? New York, you there?
Salakia, sir. It's loading for a second.
I'll break it down for you. So they went and Evanston passed the law. Evanston said, fine, we're going to give black people first dibs on the house.
Of the Democratic National
You ready?
Sir.
Let me know. If not, I'll just break it down and move
Out of
on.
one. I can.
Yeah.
Stop.
Absolutely.
You think it's because of racism?
Absolutely.
Since 2021, 193 black residents of the city have received a one-time $25,000 reparations payment. Evanston is now preparing to defend that program in court. The conservative group Judicial Watch is suing the city on behalf of 6 non-black residents. They argue the program is unconstitutional because it excludes people based on race.
They're using race discrimination to stop the generalized effects of race discrimination in the past. And that's not the way to do it. It generates division, resentment, and it's unlawful.
And what's the best way to do it then?
The best way to do it is to stop race discrimination, treat people according to their merit, enforce a colorblind constitution.
Judicial Watch told us the families they're representing are not doing interviews.
Hopefully this lawsuit and the issues that we're raising here will give pause to others who are pursuing reparations programs and trying to develop them elsewhere.
We must.
It just stopped. It did. You hear that, white man? Yeah, and guess what? He won. That white man won that case because they used the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment is the amendment that was established after the Civil War that said you cannot treat people unfairly because of their race. That's the 13th Amendment. It was an amendment for black slaves who were just freed, who now were going to be free men, and they wanted to pass a law to make sure that no one treated them unfairly. What happened? Everyone treated them unfairly. Everyone. Everyone treated them like garbage. They used that same law to say the 13th Amendment says you cannot treat anyone unfairly based on their race. You know who used it? Guess who used it, Aishar?
Who used it, sir?
White people. White people said if Evanston gives black people $25,000, then it's wrong because they're not giving white people $25,000. This case went to the Supreme Court in America, and white people won. And Evanston's reparations bill was struck down and determined to be unconstitutional. There was no way that California was ever going to get reparations because reparations have decided to be unconstitutional by the United States Supreme Court. It cannot happen. So now that we know that there's no path legally for you to be treated fairly, will you treat each other fairly? Will you be kind to one another? You see, the UPK doesn't try to change laws. We don't change laws about abortion. We don't change laws about eating pork. We don't change laws about selling weed. We teach each other morality. We teach each other to be good people. And then it doesn't matter what the courts say. It doesn't matter what is legal or illegal. What matters is I have a moral base in my heart, in mi corazón, in mi mente, that I will never violate, that I will never go. Puerco es prohibido. It's prohibido. I'll never do it. I'll never eat it. Why? Not because there's a law against it, but because it goes against my morality. If we would make loving each other moral and hating each other immoral, it would be prohibido. It would be something we would never do because it was against who we are. You cannot find a legal solution for a moral problem. It can't happen. You're wasting your years on something that will not profit you, but you could teach each other kindness, mercy, justice. You could do that. You know who needed that? Rich homie Quan. Give me the Rich homie Quan story. Rich homie Quan. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Warrior?
Real quick before we pull that up, Chicago is with us since you mentioned Captain Mal Quad.
Chicago, give him a hand. I see you, Chi-Town. Chi-Town, do you see? That white man said that hopefully when they strike down this reparations law in Evanston, it will discourage people to do it in other places. And that happened in California this week. The Black Congressional Caucus didn't even bring it for a vote because they're educated and they know it had no way to be ruled constitutional. They knew that there was no way that if you sued in California, that the Supreme Court wasn't going to strike it down. So they just didn't even vote on it. The black hippies in California, they feel all insulted. Really, they were just played by politicians to get Kamala Harris to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. Now that she's in there, they don't need them anymore. And there is no way that reparations could be legal ever, at least until the Supreme Court changes about 4 members, which might take about 30 years?
Sir.
The Supreme Court might change 4 members in 30 years. Until then, you might want to focus on loving one another, caring for each other, helping one another. The courts might not be a place that can help you. You want to say something, Chicago?
So like I said, I was gonna say I'm not surprised. Living here in Chicago, I'm not surprised about the thing with Evanston. The Evanston community, Captain Marquardt and his family, they are from the Evanston community. After they escaped that tragedy that happened to them and that historic travesty that happened in the South, they moved to Evanston. Evanston is it's on the north side of Chicago, and the north side of Chicago is a haven for Edomites to escape, because most, Judites and Issacharites and, what I mean, most of Israel is on the south side and the west side. So the north side of Chicago is a haven for Edomites. So they know if they give reparational housing to Israelites on the north side, then that's going to become a paradise for us, and it's going to become a hell for them.
That's right. And remember, this is to stop black people from getting a $25,000 check.
Con on Con.
Which I don't think can buy you a house anywhere in America.
Con on Con.
But white people just refuse to even set the precedence for reparations, because they knew it might spread, like you said, and it might make Evanston a place that was a place of justice, of kindness, and they can't have it so. You understand? So what you're saying is absolutely true, Warrior. I appreciate you for your comments. The water. Let me give you someone else that might need to not focus on what white people make legal or what white people say is now legalized. But we might want to focus on what we actually decide to do as a people. This is a brother, Rich Homie Quan. He has that good song too, doesn't he? I Shaw Yalla. That song, My Nigga, that's from him?
So you want to play a clip?
If we can, are we allowed to play it?
On second thought, that might not be the best idea.
I don't need. There's so many rules to the internet. Who the hell knows? But the brothers know it. It's called My Nigga. And then he had another one with my Vato, right?
I didn't hear that one, sir.
Oh man, I think he had another one called My Vato for the Mexicans out. Listen, that was a good song. Now, this brother is not in the truth, okay? He's not one of my brothers, but he is a black or Hispanic man. And so I'm very saddened to hear about his death. He's a 35-year-old brother. It's sad. And he died today. What was the cause of death, Aisha Yala?
Apparently he OD'd.
He OD'd in what? The COVID-19 vaccination?
Lie, sir.
You sure?
Pretty sure, sir.
Well, you sure he didn't OD on medication for schizophrenia?
Lie, sir.
He didn't OD on medication for bipolar disorder?
I don't believe so, sir.
But he had to OD on the jab, didn't he? He had to OD on the COVID-19 vaccination. That's the one that's going to kill us all, right?
Lie, sir.
I'm confused now, Warrior. You confused me. Wait, you telling me he OD'd on just regular old heroin or cocaine or that weed that they got spiked with God knows what chemical to make it more addictive? You telling me he didn't OD on the COVID-19 vaccination?
Lie, sir.
You see, black people, you get your morality from somebody that's paid to lie to you on Instagram, like the Russians were paid people to tell you, do not take the vaccine. Don't you see what happened? These people got paid $400,000 a month to get people to do things that they wanted them to do. It was a crisis. 3 million people were dying. Black people picked up their phone and they read, the vaccine is going to make you sterile. The vaccine is going to kill you. And black people rejected the cure. I can't think of a more nigger way to die than from a disease that already has a cure. That is the most nigger way to die I can think of. Only black people would die from a disease that they have cured, that they've cured already. We were terrified of the vaccine. Black people, you're terrified to take medication for schizophrenia. You don't know? No, that's the white man's drugs. That's the white man's. Meanwhile, you don't care about stripping butt naked, running down the street. That's fine to you. Rich homie Quan died from the drugs that everybody trusts. Everybody trusts weed. No one is skeptical about smoking weed. Smoking weed comes from the what? It comes from the earth. From the earth. No one is skeptical about recreational drugs. Recreational drugs are considered to be the safest and the most fun drugs. The only drugs you're scared of are the drugs that might actually save your life. Those are the drugs you're scared of, you coward. You're scared of fighting off that schizophrenia, that bipolar disorder, or that flu. Raise your hand if you have polio. Nobody with polio out there. Raise your hand if you know anyone with polio. Yeah, there's a reason for that, you effing dummy. Because vaccinations work. But smoking weed and heroin and cocaine, they kill you. They're going to kill you. Don't let some Russian make you reject medicine. Because the Russian will encourage you to shoot heroin, to snort cocaine, and to smoke weed that's made from a mad scientist that knows how to make you more of an addict. That's what's on the internet. That's what people are getting paid to push down your stupid throat. And you'll be dead. What you better do is remember this. Even though drugs are legal, even though smoking weed is legal, in the Israelite school of UPK, we don't smoke weed. We don't do it because we change our hearts. Mi corazón, mi mente. We change these things. We change who we are. And because of that, the white man can make 1,000 videos and Snoop Dogg can be at the Super Bowl. Snoop Dogg can be on every commercial. I'm never getting high. I'm never doing that. Right. Because I've changed my heart. And if you don't change your heart, you're going to die, brother. You're going to die. Everyone understands.
Count out of one, Con.
Was there anything else? Let's cross the line there. We ready to rock?
Concert Captain Zariat is here. We ready to go. He said 9:30 is about the time we should finish up.
Do I have any other questions or else I'll end it now?
Let me see.
What is the California cookout?
The California cookout is Salaki. Let me pull that up real quick. September 26th through the 29th.
September 26th to the 29th. Where are we going to be at? LA? I think it's in LA.
San Bernardino, sir.
San Bernardino, California. We'll be out there. What's the dates again?
The 26th through the 29th. If anybody wants more information, there's a link tree /ISUPK Southern Cal.
We're getting it on out. Was that it out? Anything else?
Count out of one, Con. That's all.
Let me do me
another. There's a question in the room.
Go ahead,
If I may, so the question is, I'm reading the scripture first, sir. Exodus chapter 1, verse 24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah wouldest not obey me. I will turn to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. My question was, does the scripture mean that he will strengthen the heathens and give them the Bible while we lost our heritage?
He absolutely strengthened the Gentiles when we lost our heritage. This is the prodigal son. This is a Gentile precept. The Most High God absolutely strengthened the people who he threw away, the people who were the wild olive branch, the people who were the prodigal son. This is a precept about the northern kingdom, about the tribes who were not the tribe of Judah. Read that first part again.
Second Ezra chapter 1, verse 24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah wouldest not obey me.
Slow down. It's right in front of your face. What shall I do to you, O Jacob? What was Jacob's name changed to?
Israel, sir.
Israel. What will I do to you, O Israel? Judah has not listened to me. So what did the Most High do to Israel, to Jacob?
He went to Israel. He went to what did he do to Jacob? He said, sir?
What did he do? Israel was not listening to him.
Right.
So what did he do to Jacob?
He went to other nations, sir.
It's right in front of your face. It's right there. You're looking at it. Read it one more time.
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob?
Esau.
O Jacob.
O Chinese.
O Jacob.
O Arabs.
O Jacob, sir.
What will I do to thee, O Jacob? Go ahead.
Thou Judah wouldest not obey me.
Thou Judah would not obey me. Keep going.
I will turn me to other nations.
What was the other nation that he went to? I'm going to give you the precept, but you're going to know it too.
The northern kingdom, sir.
He went to Israel. He went to Jacob. It's right in front of you. Because Judah didn't obey him, he accepted Israel back. Give me Judah only. There was none left but Judah only. That's what you need. Judah only. This precept is about the northern kingdom. This is the reason that the northern kingdom was accepted back. Because at one time, the Most High had the tribe of Judah. He had them. And he kicked out every Hispanic, every North American Indian. They were gone. But then what did Judah do? Judah betrayed him as well, which left the Most High with how many chosen people? Benjamin?
None, sir.
None. So when there were no chosen people, he let everybody back. He brought everybody back. That's why that first sentence is, what shall I do with you, O Jacob? That's why. Because thou Judah, your Judah, is not obeying me. That's why he's saying it. Because he's going to accept Jacob. He's going to accept Israel. As you know, in the Bible, the Israelites were split into two nations, Judah and Israel. Judah fell. Judah was the only tribe for 600 years. America has been around for how long? 200 years. For 600 years, there was only Judah. So for 600 years, a Mexican was a heathen. A Guatemalan was a heathen for 600 years. Do you understand? What will I do with you, Israel? What will I do with you, Jacob? Israel, Judah is not listening to me. He accepted those nations. He accepted those people who we considered heathens, nations. Give me Judah only.
2 Kings 17, verse 18. Therefore, the Lord was angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight.
What does out of his sight mean? Exiled them. Exiled them. Keep going.
There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
But who?
But the tribe of Judah only.
Boy, then what happened? Then what happened? Read your precept.
Second Ezra chapter 1, verse 24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou, Judah, wouldest not obey me. I will turn me to other nations.
That's what happened. Those other nations were Israel. Israel was another nation. This is in Romans, the 9th chapter. What I'm talking about is in Romans, the 9th chapter. For in the land where it was said that thou art not my people, there shall it be said that thou art children of the living God. The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Israel, they were not the people of God. They were not the children of God. They were heathens. They were accepted back because Judah became heathens as well. Judah became the banished of the Most High God. To understand this, you need Romans, the 9th chapter. What else do you need? Romans, the 9th chapter is excellent to explain this. The wild olive tree is excellent to explain this. If you need it, I'll do it. I'll do it next Thursday, all right? I know we tight with the time. But go through and read Romans, the 9th chapter. I believe Romans, the 10th chapter as well, especially Romans 9. This is not accepting other nations. You know that because of Psalms 147, 19 and 20. You understand? With that, let me do this. Mi anuncio. Los anuncio. Akim, escúchame. Nosotros somos la escuela israelita conocimiento práctico universal. Comenzamos 1 Oeste Calle 125 Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1769. Oh, I almost had it. 69 debajo del mando de el general Johanna Canales. Esta es la verdad. Si eres, God damn it. Hombres hispano, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia su culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. Orale. All right, Akim. We pass it over to cross the line, man. Kwam Yasha Allah.
Kwam Yasha Allah. Pass the class over to Police Officer 500 Sha'al.
Clap it up for the class. Men of Israel, which means to stand. Hamadim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we go see salute to the teacher. Men of Israel. Hamadim, Barak. Yahweh
How about Shem Yahshua Brakatah?
Hamadim, which means to stand. Slakia. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahushua Hashem Yahushua. Yajamatah, which means hands down, class dismissed.